originally bought from Blockbuster back in 2004. With the original sticker from Blockbuster. And when you open up the box, it may be hard to see, but it's got the actual Blockbuster engraving on it. This actually was a rental from Blockbuster at one point. And as a kid, of course, when my Blockbuster had games or movies that were old that people didn't rent as much, they would sell them with the original engraving in Blockbuster boxes. And I still have the original stickers and everything on it from back then. Now, of course, the sticker in the back, of course, is falling apart a little. But it's it's still intact. Let's see, you get the different variety: championship, ranking racing, destruction bowl. I like to do the championship. Yeah. Okay. I can show you different cars. Obviously, I have some upgrades on that, and they don't give you. You don't get to modify. They just pick a car for you, and then they just modify it little by little as you beat each championship. That's the car I'm working on right now, a Scratch. These are guys that unlocked. His car's fully upgraded. It was fully all the upgrades. I haven't done that one yet. It looks nice because it looks like a Supra. Obviously, they can't make this look like real actual cars, or else there'll be copyright issues. But it's basically based on real cars, just a slight different look. Because I realized they have to ask permission from the car companies to do it, and a bunch of legal things that they have to go through, which will cost more money, all that stuff. Different cars I unlocked. Now, of course, when I was a kid, I actually beat the entire game and played it over and over again. It's just that much of a fun game. Because once you beat the whole game, it's not as fun, because then you don't have to unlock things. There's no challenge, which is kind of boring too. And this is the controller I'm using. I'll be doing a video on that too for TikTok, so be sure to look out for that. It'll be an unboxing video where I'll rebox it. Unbox it for you guys. Okay, so I'll continue with this car. That's what I did. Technically, I was on the second round, but I wanted to do the first round over again because I didn't perform as well as I wanted to. And obviously, if you score more points than these people, you unlock these different characters. But as you saw, I already unlocked some of these characters and beat their scores. And I did with Johnson. I actually ended up doing it 3 times, scoring 3 times more than he did. You get nitrous, you get different power-ups and stuff. And a lot of this game relies a lot on points. So you get to do racing. Wrecking racing is called. As you can tell, you get to wreck cars in the racing. But the catch is you have to be careful with that little silver symbol of a car is with the blue on it. Because that is your car's health. So you have to always keep an eye on that. Make sure you don't damage your car too much. And you always want to do different things to make points. You can hit other cars, knock them out the way, out of your way. And stuff, and it'll tell you, show a little car symbol, and they'll tell you how many points you earn. Or if you crash into things like that, that gives you 100 points for crashing into things. Of course, you'll lose car health, but it is a good way to score points, so I definitely suggest it. That's how you really score some points, because the points are very important, because that partially helps you to win the championship too. And crashing to people causes points. You get a bonus points symbol. You always want to get the bonus points, no matter what. That is very important, because that'll help give you a little point boost. I used to play this for hours as a kid. I remember my parents would have to drag me off my PlayStation 2 just so that they could watch TV or have family over. So it's just such a fun game. I just would say it's one of the best racing games ever made. I mean, I could play this a lot. I mean, this is just a fun freaking game. And the best part is too, my disc is in really good condition. Now, of course, it originally wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. My disc version from Blockbuster, the original disc, was scratched beyond repair. It was horrendous. Because when I was a kid, I was horrible at taking care of discs. So this is actually one from a local store called Retro Classics, which is a game store that sells all retro games. They're old. They have some new stuff like Xbox One and shit, but majority of their product and stock is old games. And so the box, I kept the original, and obviously you can tell I kept the original box for the, what do you call it, the game. But the disc is unfortunately not original, because when I was a kid, like I said, I was horrible. A lot of my games got scratched up like hell as a kid. That just wasn't good, partially because my grandmother was teaching me bad habits. She would mix and match the discs, because sometimes she wouldn't be able to see it, and she would just say, "Oh, just put it wherever you want. It doesn't matter where you put it. Just put it wherever you want. It doesn't matter which one you put it in." Just stuff like that. And then, of course, that's where I learned. I got as a kid to not take care of it, because my grandmother was the same way, and she still is to this day. She mixes DVD boxes and discs and stuff. Partially because she can't see, so she can't. So kind of now there's a reasonable reason for doing it. But like back when I was a kid, like she had 20/20 perfect 20/20 vision when I was a kid, and she did, and she would just get, and she would get mad when people said that it doesn't make sense, or that and she would scratch the hell out of discs too. So of course as a kid I kind of learned that habit, and then. It wasn't until I was an adult that I kind of got out of the habit and say, hey, well, you gotta take better care of these discs. What if they don't sell these games anymore? How are you going to play these games later in life and enjoy them? If you're scratching the hell out of them. And plus, eventually when I have kids someday, I want them to enjoy these games too that I enjoyed as a kid. Since they're such fun games and everything else, I would love to see my kids. Eventually, when I have kids, I'll mind seeing them enjoy these games too and stuff, and hopefully maybe they'll play with me when I eventually. Obviously that's down the line because I don't want. I don't have the capability to have kids yet, for obvious reasons. But eventually, when it comes to that road, and I am able to, some experience of fun that these games had. It's kind of glad because old games have the nice nostalgia, and they're just better in general. They're just really, really good to play. They're much better than these newer games. Newer games are good in a way, and I played them. But the thing too of older games too is that even though they have worse graphics and sometimes the gameplay can be a bit outdated, but there's one meme I saw once that said, better graphics doesn't mean a better game. That's it. I remember seeing that in high school, that picture. I'm like, that's actually freaking true. Because I had this one Star Wars game. The graphics were completely horrendous. It was an old game from like 1999, and it wasn't a high budget game. So it was, the graphics were the graphics were horrible even for 1999. Even back then, people would have thought it was horrible. But it was a really good game. So, my mother kind of always said the same thing now, even though new games have much better graphics and look prettier, it doesn't mean they'll be better. Which is true, because sometimes newer games are so hard that it's hard to play them and stuff. But yes, of course, it's what am I gonna time to record, so that's the end of this video. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.